My husband told his Tinder match that I was just a roommate. I should have known better than to hook up with a stranger at my friend's birthday party, but I did. And 6 weeks later, I found myself staring at a positive pregnancy test in my school's dilapidated bathroom. At first, I actually thought I was lucky. The father, Joffrey, stepped up instantly and married me at the courthouse 4 months later. We moved into his apartment thinking we were making all the right steps, you know, taking responsibility. But it wasn't that simple. I quickly realized that Joffrey was actually a jerk. He played the perfect father-to-be, but only in public. He'd put his hand on my belly for photos, telling his parents stories about my crazy cravings like he listened. But in reality, he missed all the ultrasound appointments, always giving excuses. And when I sent him pics of the ultrasound, Joffrey just gave a thumbs up and joked, "Are we sure that's mine?" It felt lonely, and I was honestly scared of taking care of everything on my own. That's when his roommate John started secretly helping me out. He started stocking the kitchen with chocolates, fruits, and whatever craving I had. He had extra prenatal vitamins on the counter when mine started running low. And the thing is, he never said anything about it, just nodded when we passed in the kitchen. By the second trimester, John and I started becoming close friends. He'd go to all the parenting classes with me, help me shop for all the things I needed to care for the kid. And Joffrey, the only thing he bought so far was a pair of infant Jordans, saying, "My kid has to look fresh or it ain't mine." Then it happened. In the middle of the night, I felt the worst contractions just crushing my pelvis. I tried to reach out to Joffrey, called him 17 times while I crawled along the floor, crying out from the pain, but he never answered. John heard me and didn't hesitate. He drove me to the ER and stayed while they rushed me in. That's when things went wrong. I started bleeding and couldn't stop. The monitors were going crazy and nurses kept running in and out. John was frantically calling Joffrey over and over, his hands shaking. I reached out and grabbed John's hand and said, "John, I want you here, not Joffrey. Please." He squeezed back and stayed right there even when they told him to wait outside. While I was in surgery, John called Joffrey's parents from the waiting room to explain what was happening. "Joffrey isn't picking up and she's already going into labor." "That stupid son of a..." "We'll call him, thank you," my father-in-law said, clearly furious as they spammed Joffrey's phone. 3 hours later, after the baby was born and I was stable, Joffrey finally stumbled into the hospital room. His shirt had lipstick stains on the collar and he reeked of perfume that wasn't mine. He saw John sitting next to my bed, holding my hand while I held our baby, and lost it. "What do you think you're doing with my wife?" he screamed, rushing over to grab John by the collar. John held him by the collar too and glared. "Taking care of her while you were busy on Tinder calling her your roommate?" Joffrey immediately let him go, stumbling back, completely thrown off. "That's right, I saw the screenshots from a friend. You matched with her and said the baby was your pet, and the woman in your apartment was just another roommate. And now you call her wife just because another guy is interested in doing the things you don't have the balls for?" John bit back. Joffrey's looked at me and laughed. "You gonna believe him over your husband? The husband who shows up to his child's birth drunk with another woman's lipstick on his shirt?" "Yeah, I think I will," I told him, holding the baby closer. His face changed then into something colder than ice. "Fine, choose him, but if you do, you're not getting a penny from me. No child support, nothing. Good luck raising that kid on his pathetic salary." I looked him straight in the eyes. "I don't care. I choose John." Joffrey actually laughed. "Perfect. You two can be poor together. Have fun shopping at discount stores and clipping coupons. The kid's gonna grow up in some crappy apartment eating ramen because you wanted to play house with a help. The only person who's gonna be poor is you." We all turned and spotted his parents standing at the doorway, incredibly angry. "Mommy? Daddy?" Joffrey whimpered. And what his parents did next actually surprised me. Full story on channel linked below.